On July 17, 2016, West Springfield teenager Conor McCormick suffered a severe spinal cord injury while swimming in a friend's pool that later left him paralyzed. After months of treatment at medical facilities in Springfield, Boston, and Atlanta, McCormick returned home to recover from his injuries. Despite incredible challenges, Conor has become a positive, strong leader in his community, inspiring everyone he meets to have a little more faith. Carol Lee McGrath brings us his story.
It's 9:30 and Conor McCormick, a senior at West Springfield High, arrives at school. He's on an adjusted schedule this year. Over the last year, he's had to make a lot of adjustments after a tragic accident that left him paralyzed, although his teachers say he's done so with incredible courage and grace.
His spirit is unbelievable. He stays positive through it all. He's very patient.
In the summer of 2016, an accident in his neighbor's pool left Conor paralyzed from the chest down. He was doing what any kid does in the summer, swimming with his brother and best friend.
They threw me the ball and they were just kind of like, yeah, let's keep on playing. And I was like, okay, so we kept on playing. And then I jumped to throw the ball in, and I jumped a little bit too far and I ended up hitting my head on the bottom of the shallow end. All of a sudden, I couldn't feel anything. The only thing I could move was my face and my head a little bit, and it was just this sharp pain of pins and needles down my whole body.
Submerged underwater and unable to move, there's no doubt Conor could have drowned that night.
I always knew that the #1 rule was don't panic. So I realized that I needed to somehow get someone's attention. So I started blowing bubbles and I shook my head like this, and my friend came over and he kind of was like sticking his hand in front of my face, so I bit his pinky, so he knew something was wrong. So then he turned me over and he was like, what was that for? And then like all I could say was like, I can't move.
The next few weeks, he says, were a blur. He couldn't breathe on his own, he couldn't eat, and he couldn't speak.
I remember some of Baystate. I was only able to blink because I had tubes down my throat. And I remember just people coming to me and crying, and I was crying but didn't know what was happening.
Conor is the oldest of 5 children. He spent the next 10 months traveling back and forth to Boston Children's Hospital. He spent several weeks in rehab at the Shepard Center in Atlanta. He goes to Shriners Hospital for Children in Philadelphia and Shriners in Springfield. He's come a long way. He's moving his arms and he's regained movement in his wrists. Last January, he had surgery, a nerve and tendon transfer to regain grasp in one hand and pinch in the other. It's not the life he was used to as a high school lacrosse player and runner, but amazingly, he says he's not bitter.
Yeah, I was never really angry. There's something unique about it. People were like, are you angry? Are you angry? And I was never angry about the situation or at God or anything like that. I know that God has a plan, and his wisdom is far superior to mine. It says in Isaiah, for my ways are not your ways, my thoughts are not your thoughts.
Taggart is Conor's younger brother, who was swimming with him that night.
When this happened, were you afraid?
I wasn't as scared as I probably would have been if he wasn't so, just sure of himself, and if he didn't have the faith that he did, and he just kind of was like, well, this is me now. This is the new normal.
And so through it all, Conor manages to put others at ease while staying focused on getting into a manual chair and focused on school, which he excels at. When Conor came back to school, Dr. Vito Perrone, the principal at West Springfield High, arranged an assembly with his class.
They were certainly focused on Conor and his message and the outpouring of compassion and love for him, and the fact that he was back and he's part of the school and he's going to be here at West Side, he's going to be a Terrier, was certainly palpable in that auditorium that day.
And it still is, with Team Conor t-shirts for sale in the school store. The community has rallied to support the family with fundraisers, meal chains, help with babysitting, and transportation. Conor says his mom, Jen, and dad, Jeremy, are his rocks.
Overwhelming, I don't think, is an accurate description. you know, when someone tries to understand or ask me how it is, there's nothing anybody could do to be prepared for an illness like this to hit your family.
Jen has been at her son's side through it all as mom and caretaker.
I don't know if I'd say I'm heartbroken, because I'm just so grateful that he's alive. You know, he could have drowned that night, and then beyond that, I've watched him be on his deathbed literally 7 times since that.
She says in addition to the constant worry about Conor's physical health, there's worry about finances. The medical bills have been crushing. According to the Dana and Christopher Reeve Foundation, medical costs in the first year can reach $1 million. Not only did the McCormicks have to buy a new car after the accident, but they also had to make modifications to their home, building a wheelchair-accessible deck, bedroom, and bathroom for Conor. While each day tends to be 1 step forward and 2 steps back, Jen says they're moving forward with faith and focus.
You wish you could take their place, but I can't. Wish you could take it away. Wish you could make it easier. His purpose is to inspire others, and if this is how it has to be for him to do that, then do I like it? No, I don't think I have to like it, but I have to accept it.
And so each day, this 17-year-old who loves the Patriots, loves his family, and who hopes to be a doctor, does his best to encourage people to do better and to be better, and to always be Conor strong.
I have hope that one day I'll be able to walk again. I certainly hope that by looking at this, at my situation, it can inspire people or change their ideas on how they think about things in terms of their gratitude.